What mysterious glyphs are hidden in the forests of Australia and what connects them with ancient Egypt? What discovery in Baalbek could change our understanding of megalithic structures? Who was Gilgamesh and what secrets of his still remain unsolved? Who are the Anunnaki and how did they influence the development of ancient civilizations? Shocking ancient secrets that will amaze you. Hi friend, you are on the KirTop channel. Egyptian hieroglyphs in Australia. In a secluded corner of Australia on the shores of Brisbane Waters National Park are the mysterious carved symbols known as the Glyphs. These symbols, carved on rocks in the forest, cause endless debate among researchers and lovers of ancient civilizations. The Glyphs are a set of carved characters that resemble ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs in style. They depict various symbols, including figures of people, animals, and mystical creatures, as well as abstract signs and pictograms. These symbols are located on two large stone panels, and their content and origin are still a matter of debate. The similarity of the glyphs to Egyptian hieroglyphs gives rise to theories about possible historical contact between ancient Egypt and Australia. Some researchers believe that the glyphs may have been created by Egyptians who traveled or even became shipwrecked on the Australian continent. A series of drawings tells the story of two princes who arrived from Egypt, one of whom died and was buried in this place. Translations and interpretations of these symbols vary, but many agree that the texts on the stones contain elements of ancient Egyptian rituals and beliefs. This may indicate that the ancient Egyptians actually explored or even temporarily settled in Australian lands. Some symbols, such as the UFO glyph, are interpreted as images of unusual objects or phenomena, which only fuels interest in the place. Theories about the connection between Egypt and Australia are also supported by Aboriginal legends and artifacts found in Egypt that could indicate contact between the continents. For example, the discovery of tobacco and cocaine in mummies, plants that are indigenous to the Americas, suggests that ancient cultures may have had advanced navigational abilities and engaged in intercontinental trade. For ancient travelers, Australia may have represented not only a new land for exploration, but also a place of pilgrimage where new knowledge and resources could be gained. The exchange of knowledge and technology could be mutual, with the ancient Egyptians adopting unique methods of survival and knowledge of nature from the Aborigines. Gosford's glyphs confirm that human history may still have many unknown pages waiting to be discovered. Pompeii managed to preserve history. In 79 AD, the city of Pompeii, a burgeoning center of trade and culture on the shores of the Tyrrhenian Sea, met its end. Residents of the city were taken by surprise by the powerful eruption of Vesuvius, a volcano that until then had seemed like a sleeping giant for many years. This eruption is shrouded in secrets and mystical omens because even the day of the disaster itself, according to some studies, was shrouded in an unusual atmosphere. Early in the morning, the volcano began to erupt colossal clouds of ash and gas, which rose to a height of more than 30 kilometers. Pyroclastic flows, a deadly combination of hot gas ash and volcanic bombs, instantly engulfed the city, consuming lives and freezing everything around them at the last second of their existence. An estimated 10,000 to 25,000 people died as a result of the volcanic eruption. The central areas of Pompeii were particularly hard hit, where houses and public buildings were buried under meters of ash and pumice. The volcanic ash that covered the city played a decisive role in the conservation of Pompeii. This thick layer made it difficult for air and microorganisms to enter, resulting in the amazing preservation of buildings, mosaics, frescoes, and even organic materials such as wood, textiles, and food. Frozen in time, the streets and houses of Pompeii provide an invaluable snapshot of ancient life frozen over millennia. Excavations at the Villa de Papyri and Herculaneum have revealed astonishing artifacts including mosaics, statues, and more than 1,800 papyrus scrolls that belong to the library of the famous philosopher Philodemus. These scrolls are a treasure trove for historians and archaeologists as they contain works on philosophy, ethics, rhetoric, and poetry written from the 1st century BC to 79 AD. The study of these documents opens new pages in understanding the culture and spiritual life of the ancient Greeks and Romans, illustrating the sophistication of their thinking and breadth of knowledge. Modern technology plays a key role in studying these ancient texts. Techniques such as virtual unrolling and X-ray scanning allow scientists to read papyrus scrolls without physical intervention, eliminating the risk of damaging these fragile materials. Thus, Pompeii continues to be a testament to tragedy and at the same time a time capsule, providing a unique window into the past. Features of the Antikythera mechanism. In the depths of the sea off the island of Antikythera in 1901, a group of Greek divers encountered one of the most mysterious finds in the history of archaeology. They discovered a sunken ship that was carrying treasures from the ancient world, including statues, jewelry, and most strikingly, a complex piece of machinery that had been oxidized and littered with sea sediment. This object, which became known as the Antikythera mechanism, is shrouded in the mysteries of the past and is the subject of much research today. The mechanism, made of bronze, is a complex system of gears and levers consisting of 30 mechanical components housed in a wooden frame. The structure of the mechanism testifies to the high level of knowledge and technical skills of its creators. This artifact demonstrates an amazing mastery of metalworking and knowledge of astronomy. 3D scanning and X-ray tomography allowed scientists to delve deeper into the structure of the mechanism and understand its operation. These methods made it possible to examine every detail of the device without the risk of damaging it. Thanks to these technologies, it was discovered that the mechanism includes a series of gears capable of predicting the astronomical positions and ephemeris of the Sun, Moon, as well as other planets in the solar system. The main function of the Antikythera mechanism was astronomical modeling. The device was used to calculate and predict solar and lunar eclipses, as well as to determine the phases of the Moon and possibly the positions of the planets. This discovery greatly expanded the understanding of how advanced technology and scientific knowledge were in ancient Greece, confirming their ability to create complex computing devices many centuries before the invention of digital computers. However, many mysteries of the Antikythera mechanism remain unsolved. For example, the exact purpose of some components and scales, as well as the entire list of its functions, are not fully understood. In addition, it remains unclear who exactly created this mechanism and whether other similar devices were created that could provide additional clues about the technological advances of the era. The Antikythera mechanism remains a symbol of ancient Greek engineering, a reminder that the history of technology and science is still full of unexplored pages. Tomb of the Last Anunnaki King. Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, is one of the most important and mysterious figures in the history of ancient Mesopotamia. He not only became the central figure in one of the oldest epic poems, but also left a deep mark on culture and religion. Gilgamesh, whose name is still surrounded by mysticism, was an outstanding ruler whose achievements became the basis for many myths and legends. During his reign, Gilgamesh was known as a great builder, strategist, and warrior. He is credited with creating the massive city walls of Uruk, which protected the inhabitants from enemies and natural disasters. These walls, according to legend, were so impressive that the gods themselves took part in their construction. In addition, the reign of Gilgamesh is associated with a period of economic prosperity and cultural flourishing, which made Uruk an important center of the ancient world. Gilgamesh became a central figure in mythology thanks to the epic poem about his exploits known as the Epic of Gilgamesh. This literary monument, found in the library of the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal in Nineveh, describes the travels and adventures of Gilgamesh, his struggles with natural and supernatural forces, and his quest for immortality. This poem is not only an essential source for the study of ancient Mesopotamian culture, but also reflects the eternal human aspirations and experiences. Archaeological finds confirm the historicity of Gilgamesh. Excavations at Uruk and other Mesopotamian cities have uncovered many artifacts, including cuneiform tablets with texts and inscriptions mentioning his name. Of particular importance is the found tomb, which, according to some versions, may belong to Gilgamesh himself. This discovery, if confirmed, could be key to understanding the historical figure of Gilgamesh. Among the archaeological finds, particular attention is drawn to texts describing the Anunnaki, deities who played an important role in the mythology of ancient Mesopotamia. The Anunnaki, believed to be the descendants of the sky god An and the earth goddess Ki, were associated with the creation of humanity and control of its destiny. Theories about the influence of the Anunnaki extend far beyond Mesopotamia, linking them with other ancient civilizations and even with extraterrestrial visitors from the planet Nibiru. Comparing the Nibiru theory with other theories of cataclysms, such as the flood or the fall of the Tunguska meteorite, demonstrates a wide range of hypotheses about the origin and development of humanity. The discovery of Gilgamesh's tomb could shed light on many aspects of the life and reign of this legendary king, as well as confirm or refute numerous myths about him. What changed the earthquake in Lisbon? On November 1, 1755, Lisbon was rocked by one of the most destructive earthquakes in European history. The force of nature hit the city with unexpected power, causing tsunamis and endless fires that intensified the destruction. The epicenter of the earthquake, estimated at magnitude 8.5, 9.0 on the Richter scale, was located in the Atlantic Ocean near the Portuguese coast. The earthquake occurred in the morning when most residents were preparing to celebrate All Saints' Day, adding mystique to this terrible event. The destruction in Lisbon was colossal. About 85% of the city's buildings were destroyed, including important religious, historical, and public buildings. The victims of the disaster were, according to various estimates, from 10,000 to 100,000 people. Many died under the rubble, others were killed by the tsunami that reached the coast shortly after the earthquake. Many believers viewed the earthquake as God's punishment for the sins of mankind. This belief led to massive religious processions and public confessions in hopes of appeasing heaven. On the other hand, this event prompted some philosophers and scientists to think about the natural causes of such disasters, which contributed to the development of a scientific approach to the study of earthquakes. The restoration of Lisbon was taken under the control of the Marquis of Pombal, Prime Minister of Portugal, who took decisive and innovative measures. Pombal organized the construction of the new city using earthquake-resistant structures and strategic urban planning, which included wide, straight streets and earthquake-resistant buildings. These measures not only helped quickly rebuild the city, but also laid the foundation for modern urban planning methods. The impact of the Lisbon earthquake on the development of natural disaster response techniques has been profound. The Marquis of Pombal's approaches to disaster management and infrastructure restoration became the basis for modern emergency management techniques. His actions demonstrate the importance of responding quickly to crises, as well as learning from the past to minimize losses in the future. Despite significant efforts and achievements, many aspects of the Lisbon earthquake remain shrouded in mystery. Questions about the exact causes, mechanisms of the earthquake, and its long-term consequences for geology and society continue to concern scientists. These unsolved mysteries maintain scientific interest and stimulate continued research in seismology and civil protection. Unfinished antediluvian structure. In the mysterious valleys of Lebanon lies Baalbek, a city that holds the mysteries of ancient times. A newly discovered structure at the site adds new information, confirming Baalbek's unique significance to archaeology and world culture. For a long time, the megalithic architecture of Baalbek remained a mystery to scientists. The construction methods and reasons for creating such large-scale structures had no analogs. However, the latest discovery offers new interpretations and opportunities for understanding ancient civilizations. Baalbek, located in the Bekaa Valley, is known for its important role in the Hellenistic and Roman periods. Since its conquest by Alexander the Great, the city has undergone significant changes, becoming a bridge between Eastern and Western cultures. Greek culture left its mark on the architecture and art of Baalbek, as can be seen from the stylistic features of its buildings. The Romans, in turn, expanded and strengthened its status as a religious and cultural center by erecting magnificent temples and public buildings. The most famous buildings in Baalbek are the temples dedicated to Jupiter, Venus, and Bacchus. These temples are known not only for their magnificence, but also for the technical achievements embodied in their designs. One of the most significant elements is the Stone of the Pregnant Woman, a giant megalith weighing over 1,000 tons, which was never included in the final design of the temple. The discovery at the quarry in 2014 only added to the mystery surrounding these ancient construction methods. The find showed that ancient builders used technologies ahead of their time, raising questions about the origins and spread of ancient engineering knowledge. Comparing Baalbek with other ancient wonders such as Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids, one can see commonalities in the logistics and engineering approaches. For example, transporting the huge stones for Stonehenge or building the pyramids at Giza required not only physical resources, but also advanced planning and astronomical knowledge. Modern archaeological methods such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D scanning are opening new horizons in the study of ancient technologies. The healing properties of Stonehenge. Stonehenge, surrounded by an aura of mysticism and ancient secrets, remains one of the most mysterious archaeological sites in the world. This monument, erected in the Neolithic and Bronze Ages, attracts the attention of researchers with its unique stones and mystical past. The archaeological finds around Stonehenge are striking in their diversity, from human remains to objects of everyday use. Among the most significant discoveries are numerous burials believed to belong to people who traveled here from various parts of ancient Britain and even Europe. Skeletons discovered in the Stonehenge area often show signs of surgery and other forms of medical treatment, suggesting that the site may have been used for healing. There are several theories regarding the original purpose of Stonehenge. Some scientists consider it an ancient astronomical calendar, others a place for rituals and holidays. But the hypothesis about Stonehenge as a center of healing especially attracts attention. This theory is supported by analysis of human remains and artifacts found in the area of the monument, many of which indicate pilgrimages of people in search of healing. Stonehenge's bluestones, brought from the mountainous regions of Wales, are unique in that their deposits are located more than 200 kilometers from Stonehenge, making their presence here a real engineering mystery. According to some researchers, ancient people could attribute special healing properties to these stones, which may have been the reason for their transportation over such a long distance. Archaeological evidence and scientific research support the theory of Stonehenge's medical use. Tests of the bones indicate that many of the people buried here suffered from serious illnesses or injuries and may have sought healing from these mystical stones. This function of Stonehenge fits into the context of a wider network of ancient beliefs and rituals common among Bronze Age peoples in Britain. In addition to healing, Stonehenge may have served as a community gathering place for rituals related to seasonal changes, the fertility of the earth, and the veneration of ancestors. The mysticism associated with Stonehenge remains the subject of much discussion and speculation. The mysterious stones continue to attract researchers and pilgrims, and each new discovery only adds depth to the research enthusiasm, shrouding this ancient monument in new layers of mystery and speculation about its true role in the ancient world. And you can learn even more about ancient mysteries on our channel. Subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thanks for your views. Bye, everyone.